Well, it seems everyone's talking about what we could or could not get this weekend weather-wise.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what's happening. Let's check in right now with our chief meteorologist, Chevy Chevalier. I know things changed earlier today, so do we have any changes tonight?
The models are trending down a little bit on totals, and we want them to trend down to zero, right, as far as ice accumulations. And that's the big question. How much, if we get the ice, and, what are we getting freezing rain, or sleet? And I tell you, I think it's still Saturday at noon to Sunday at noon. That's a critical period, especially 6 p.m. Saturday evening through the overnight into Sunday morning. And then I think later in the day, although some freezing rain or sleet is possible Sunday, I think it's mostly a morning thing. So overnight Saturday into Sunday is really going to determine probably the bulk of if we get, how much we get as far as freezing rain and sleet goes. We want more sleet, of course, than freezing rain. Hazardous travel, power outages, that's the main concerns with sleet. And just a reminder, when you got a warm air, all warm air down to the ground, it's rain, and freezing rain is warm, and then it's cold at the surface, or any like power lines, branches, your house, anything above the surface actually cools a lot faster than the actual surface. So you could get freezing rain on the power lines and the branches and trees and all that, but not on the ground itself. The ground takes a lot longer to cool down or warm up. And then sleet is when it runs into warm air, it's a drop, and then it freezes before it hits the ground. You get little pellets or little, ice little particles. And then, of course, when it's all cold, you get the snow there. Winter storm watch, earlier, they expanded it to include much of the Midlands. And they also upgraded the watch out to the west, the northwest, to a warning. And they should, the purple, by the way, is an ice storm warning. And they should upgrade us to a warning sometime tomorrow. It looks like they'll do that, make the call there before we go into our weekend. So there's some showers activity out there, and we'll continue to see a chance for showers. That's great. We'll get some showers here. It's all rain tonight. It's all rain tomorrow. We don't get a chance for any freezing precip until Saturday evening into the overnight hours. 42 to 44 tonight. That's a lot warmer than even last night. Definitely warmer, like 20 degrees warmer than a couple nights ago. And mid-50s, close to 60 degrees for your high tomorrow, and then the temperatures go down. This is good news here. This is the model, and I like this model. This is our in-house model, and it goes out 72 hours. You can see pretty much just isolated showers as we go through tomorrow. Then we get into Saturday, and that critical period comes up here. Anytime afternoon, especially in the evening, you see that chance for, the pink is freezing rain or sleet, right? And it's pretty isolated there. But then as we get into 5 a.m. Sunday, you start to see more in the western counties. And then the question is, when does this change to rain? Because you see some pretty good frozen precip ahead of that in the Sunday afternoon, but a lot of this could be, rain shower activity. Now, if we look at the other model I've been showing you all week, you see that chance for, the freezing rain or sleet as we go through the overnight into Sunday morning. And then as we get into Sunday afternoon, you really start to see the rain come into the picture here. And by the time we get to Monday into Monday night, hopefully all that's gone. I mean, it's not too far north to where you see the freezing rain and the precip, but hopefully it'll stay out of here. We're kind of on the edge too, where you go down to get nothing, and then the farther north you go, you see a lot. So anywhere, this model says 1/10 of an inch to about 0.34 inches. This one goes a little higher, 1/10 of an inch from southern part of the state to about possibly a 1/2 inch. That's probably on the high side at this point. That's good. The other day the model was saying the high point was over an inch. So let's keep trending down. Get it down to zero would be fantastic. We'd love to be wrong about any kind of frozen precip. And it looks like more and more likely that Sunday night into Monday, hopefully it's going to be all rain. But watch out for the bitter cold temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, it's 15 Tuesday morning. More on your weather a little bit later.